Well, good evening, folks, and welcome. This is Terry Shire, your Amazon private label coach, and this is the Sell Your Own Product on Amazon for Income and Lifestyle, with the emphasis on the lifestyle. You know, we always talk about that because that's what we're all about. We're all about the private label lifestyle. So a lot of other private label courses out there that are good courses. Not knocking anybody, but I'm telling you that it's do private label, do it the way we teach it, and that it's all about the lifestyle, being able to sit back and do your business from wherever you want and not have to worry about shipping and labeling and all that other stuff. So with that being said, tonight we're going to talk about selling private label products on Amazon. That's our core thing, and every once in a while we have to go back, we go into some, most of the time we talk about a side issue and all that. So every once in a while we need to go back to core issues because new people join us every week, and we like that. So we want to make sure we get the basics. And so tonight we're going to talk just a little bit about the basics, go back into that, and like usual, I've got a little PowerPoint presentation for you. We're going to do that for a few minutes and then we're going to go to questions and answers. Be glad to answer any questions you have over here on well, it's my right. I guess it's where it is there. So it's over there anyway. That's where the question and answer is going to be. I don't have it turned on right now. I got the showcase. It's got some links there if you want to. The first one is if you want to follow me on YouTube, if you want to follow me on Google, and the last one down there is the link to my website with a course and all that. So that being said, we're going to get into the PowerPoint presentation here in a minute. But like I say, we are going to answer questions, and I sometime during that, because if let me explain the reason why. It's not that I'm trying to be vain and show all this stuff out. If I put the questions and answers, when I get into the PowerPoint, I can't see the questions and answers until I finish the PowerPoint. So I figure you might as well see that. And you know, then we'll go with when I get done with the PowerPoint, we'll go into the questions and answers. You can ask away and be glad to answer anything you've got. So with that being said, why, let's go over here, and we're going to hit the screen share right here, and we're going to go over to the PowerPoint presentation, and it's right here, selling private label products on Amazon. As you can see, the little guy's coming out of the man's head, and that's where the private label products come out of. They don't come from somebody else's head. They don't come from anything else. You take an idea and go with it and develop that idea and make that into a product, and that's what you sell on Amazon. So what can I tell you? Selling private label products on Amazon. All right, just exactly what is a private label product? Well, a private label product or service are typically those manufactured or provided by one company for offer under another company's brand. Okay, so you follow that. What I want you to follow along with me tonight. You are the brand. You're going to be your brand, and you're going to find the manufacturer in that. So that's just so you understand what we're talking about. In other words, as far as Amazon is concerned, you're the manufacturer, and period. You're the manufacturer, and Amazon looks to you for guidance on that because they consider you the manufacturer, whether somebody over in China makes it, or somebody in Ohio makes it, or somebody in Canada makes it. Doesn't make any difference. It's your label, your brand, you're the manufacturer as far as Amazon's concerned. Okay, so what makes a private label product different? Well, quite simply, like I said, it's your product. It's your design. You know, basically what we teach you, and we've heard as we go on, is we teach you to go over to Amazon, find a product that's doing good, selling well, and you want to take that product and you want to make that product better under your own label, come with it, and sell it on Amazon for a winning product. And that's basically what it's all about now. So it's your product. What can I tell you? You designed the product. You came up with the idea. Like I said, in that picture there, was coming out of your head. You went over and picked the product. You designed the product. You decided what's going to make that product better. You decided what's going to make that product sell. So, and then you created the label. Now, you might have went to eBay, not eBay, but Odesk or Elance or one places like that, and hired a graphic designer. Like I say, the one I use works over, it lives over in Pakistan, does a great job. We worked together on quite a few times, and you can find one like that. You just go to Elance or Odesk, like I say, and do a description of your job. In the course, we give you a kind of a sample of a job description to go and everything like that. But basically, that's all you do is you create a job description. You put it into Elance or Odesk, and within about 2-3 minutes, you're going to actually have bids coming back, people asking you about it, and you're going to find that you have probably maybe 10, 15 different people that are give you quotes or offer to show you their work and want to talk to you about it. So you pick out the one you like and go with them and work. And if they don't, we're not talking about a lot of money here, but hopefully, if you do your due diligence and pick out the one you like, look at their samples they give you and show you what kind, whether it's modern art or graphic art or old art or whatever it is. Find because that's what they specialize in, and if that's what you want your label, make sure you go with that. Don't get somebody that does all modern art and then find out you want an old antique looking labels. That doesn't make sense. Just pick out somebody whose art you likes and the kind of label that you would like to have and have them make a label for you. So and then you created the label, you specified the packaging. We've talked about this in almost every Thursday night session. We talk about the packaging. You know that if you're with me, you know you can put it in a blister pack. You can put it in a cellophane package. What about? You could put it in a box, or you can put it in a decorative box. And there might be some other ones in there. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, I like to see you put it in a box. The reason you can put it in a box, so you can send that customer a love letter. You can send them a guarantee, a place to go and to register their product. See, that's one of the privileges you've got as being a manufacturer, as doing a private label product, because it's just like if you go to Amazon right now and say you buy I don't care, let's say you could buy a West Bend coffee maker. When you get that thing, you open it, what are you going to get? You're going to get a registration card in there for West Bend to go and register that product. You're probably going to get a coupon for maybe so many cents off, or I mean, that makes sense, maybe dollars off of another West Bend product, or some kind of an offer or something like that. That's going to be all in that package, because that's what manufacturers do. And remember, you are a manufacturer, so you can do the same thing. And Amazon doesn't think anything about it. Matter of fact, they kind of expect you to do it, because that's your privilege. You're the manufacturer as doing a private label product. So you design and authorize the inserts. Now, the inserts are what I'm talking about. Is that love letter to your customer. Like I said, you specified the package. If you're doing a box, or if you're doing some kind of package where you can put it in there, for God's sakes, put it in. It's not cost you anything. You know, especially if you're over in, if you're sourcing from China or someplace like that, most of those places over there have in-house printers, or have a printer they work with real close. And you're talking about cents on a dollar. To get an insert might cost you 3 cents. Probably won't even cost you that much to get them made, printed, and inserted into your product. They'll do it for you. So take advantage of that. And you want to get it in. You don't want that product sent to you so you can put an insert in. You want to have that insert put in right there at the manufacturer and shipped to Amazon. So what makes a private label product different? Let's go right down there. You can price it whatever you want. Now, remember, we talked about one of the things we teach is if you're going to do a private label product, you find a product that's selling good on Amazon and you make that product better. When I say better, is perceived value. Anything that you can do to make it perceived value, if I was putting an extra piece of cotton in the box of the box, or whether it could be using a fancier script, or anything that can increase the perceived value that makes it better. So you can price it whatever you want. You want to be able to price your product at a premium. You want to have the premium product. You don't want to be sitting there trying to compete with everybody else. You want to have a premium product. All right. So then what makes a private label product different? You decide the distribution channel. You know, if you've listened to us or anything like that, we strongly recommend FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. You send that product in there, private label, and Amazon fulfills that. They sell it. They fulfill it. They take care of any returns. They take care of. They send you a check every 2 weeks. I mean, not a check, but they deposit money in your account. And what could be nicer than that? That's the private label lifestyle, folks. You don't touch the product. You should never have to touch that product from the time it leaves the manufacturer until the time the customer receives it. You should never have to touch it. That's the manufacturer's and Amazon's job, not yours. So what can we say? You decide the distribution channel. Now, you know, we also talk about, and for those I didn't want to, well, I think about it right here. On that right over there, talk about where those links are and everything like that on my course, where it says Amazon private label course information. If not right now, but later on, if you go over and check that, there's going to be listed all the old Google Hangouts we had and what they're about and everything like that. So the one I want to talk to about is you decide the distribution channel. There's over one about is sell your product FBA, and then leverage eBay. List that product on eBay, and when it sells, have Amazon fulfill it for you. It's just a no-brainer. Amazon loves it, eBay loves it, the customer loves it. Customer gets it in great shape because Amazon does a heck of a job of packaging your product. Man, they put those little blister packs in there. What do you not? But well, you know what I'm talking about. Those pillows, or what I'm calling. They do a heck of a job of packing. Probably a lot better job than I could ever do. So take advantage of that. Leverage eBay, and like I say, that's if you go with that course right there and get that hangout. What tells you all about it. There's even a little course we've got that goes with that. If you want to do it, but if you don't, it's no big deal. We explain it all in there. So what can I tell you? And that's the neat thing about it. With doing private label, it's your baby. See, the baby's there taking his beginning steps, and soon he's going to run, and soon he's going to do hurdles, and he's going to do all kind of stuff. But it's your baby. Protect that baby. Talk to that baby. I mean, get that baby going. It's your baby. So take advantage of it. Does Amazon like you to sell private label? Quite simply, Amazon loves it. Why wouldn't they love it? Customers must come to Amazon to buy your product. If your product is selling on Amazon and it's not selling down at the local Walgreens or I don't know what Kroger store or at the Kmart or Walmart or Target or any of those, and Amazon's got it, Amazon loves it because they want people to come to Amazon to buy your product. Customers must come to Amazon to buy the product. And they love it, man. Private label products usually sell for more money, more percentage for Amazon. You know, Amazon charges by percentage and everything like that. So if your product's a little bit more than the other competition, Amazon loves you to sell it. They want to sell yours because they want to make more money. They want you to make more money. They want that customer to have the best product. They want all that stuff. And Amazon is looking out for themselves. They want you to succeed. They'll do whatever they can to help you. So what can I tell you? Looking for a product. Now this is your customers out there looking for a product. Customers will buy other products, especially same brand products. In other words, if you're selling a blue widget and you got a customer on there that's looking for a pink widget, and you've also got a pink widget in, and the customer looks at that pink widget and says, "Oh my gosh, there is Joe's pink widget. Remember that blue widget we bought from Joe? Wow, that was such a good deal. We're going to have to buy from him because he's our man. He's the one we're going to have to see for all the widgets." So you understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be facetious here, but I'm trying to say that it's a long tail process. You know, you get in there, you get your brand name, you get your brand set, and people are going to come looking and they're going to recognize your brand. And they're going to go for it because you gave them good service and Amazon shipped it, took care of it. What can I tell you? And I just hit my button right here. So what can I tell you? Okay, so we know Amazon loves you so to sell private label. So excuse me just a minute. So why is private label selling different? Well, for one thing, there's no fight for the buy box. Now, I presume everybody knows what the buy box is, but since you're selling private label, you're the only manufacturer. You've automatically got the buy box. There's no race to the bottom. maybe some of you, I don't know if some of you don't know what that is, and let me explain it. If you're doing wholesale or doing retail arbitrage or something, there might be 3, maybe 4, or maybe only 2 sellers on the same product. Say you're selling, let's just say Hershey candy bars. So you're selling Hershey candy bars, and there's 5 of you on there selling Hershey candy bars, and everybody agrees that you should get a 6-pack of Hershey candy bars for $19. That's probably way high. I don't know what Hershey is selling for now, but anyway, and so everybody puts it in there. But then somebody decides that it's usually a newbie or something like that. They'll go out and buy one of these what they call a price. Oh man, I'm price adjusters, what I'm calling. In other words, you set it so to make sure that you are the one that has the buyback. So if anybody comes in and offers something 10 cents lower than you, I'm drawing a complete blank, and I know it just as well. But anyway, the program you set will automatically set you 25 cents or however many cents you've got it set for, will set you lower than that. So anytime somebody comes lower than you, you automatically go a little lower than that, and you race. What happens is you race to the bottom, and what happens? Nobody makes any money. And believe me, there's a lot of people out there on Amazon today that are not making any money. Not making any money. Matter of fact, they think they're making all kind of money and everything else, and when it comes down to it, and when they figure out their inventory and everything like that, they're not making any money by this race to the bottom and all kind of other shenanigans they're playing. So that's one of the advantages of private label selling. You don't have to worry about that. There's no competition. Like I said, the thing we teach you is you take a product that's selling good and make it better. So that eliminates the competition, because it's not the same product. Now somebody could come and do that to you and make yours a little bit better. So then you have to decide what you want to do. But basically there's no competition, and that's good. That's good, folks. You don't really want a lot of competition, And then why is private label selling different? If you're doing retail arbitrage, you're doing wholesale, you're probably bagging and you're labeling. Well, you don't have to do that with private label, because we teach you, like I say, to have the product is prepared by the manufacturer. He does the labeling, does everything like that, puts the UPC on there, and so you don't have to bag, you don't have to label, and it just goes right to Amazon. Your product goes right to, no hauling to the UPS store. I don't know how many times at night I'd get done bagging, because I used to go out sourcing in the morning and come back in the afternoon and spend all afternoon bagging and labeling, and then put in the box and send them in. And how many times it'd be too late to call for a UPS pickup or something, or I didn't want to. I just throw it in the car and run to the UPS store. You don't have to do that, folks. You don't have to do that. That's not what private label selling is. For lifestyle and income is about. It's you don't have to do it. And no retail scanning with bad numbers. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to criticize you, but I'll tell you what happens with the scanner. You go to a retail store and you scan it, and I don't care whether it's Scan Power, Profit Bandit, or some of the others out there that come up, and they can only give you so much information in that little thing. And so what happens is the most convenient one, the one with the UPC, comes up. But half the time, if it's a really popular product or something like it, especially in the grocery field or something like that, that's the reason so many people are losing money in groceries, because they're scanning out there and they don't know what they're doing. Because what happens, you come back and you get onto your computer, and if you look it up, you found out that yes, Scan Power or Profit Bandit give you some information, but not all the information, and you made some bad mistakes, and you find there's somebody selling a 4-pack, a lot cheaper than you are, and so you lower your price and your profit goes down. If you're making any profit at all, that's why I say you really got to be careful, because there's a lot of people that and I know I'm making people mad when I say this, but there's a lot of people right now that are not making money selling on Amazon because of what we just talked about there. And we go into all those things in a different show or anything like that, but you can ask me questions about it later on. Be glad to talk to you about it. But that's what makes private label selling different. You don't have to worry about that. So why is private label selling different? Well, right here. Yes, you're in control. It's just all those things we went through. Yes, you're in control. You control the distribution channels. You control the price. You control the packaging. You can control the promotions. When you promote your product, you control the advertising going for it. It's all controlled by you. Yes, you control the price of your product. Like I say, you can price it whatever you want. And that's where you're coming out with a new product, play with it. I would start high, see if it's selling good. You can always lower your price, and you can always raise your price at Amazon too. Don't get me wrong, but control that price and play with it a little bit. Just don't set one price and let it go. Try another price point one day, if you're and see how you do. So many people, and you can not so many people, but try it until so many people clicks, and you can try it by setting your the number, not the number of clicks, but by using the promotion tool and all that. You can find out how many people are clicking on it, how many people bought, and all that. So you just need to play with it. We'll talk about that some other night, but you control the price of the product. And yes, the manufacturer sends the product to Amazon. You don't have to mess with it. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that is good news, because I'll tell you, when I was sourcing and sending all that, I've told you this because I did an awful lot in the grocery field, cookies and that. And man, I'm telling you, you might not think a pack of cookies weighs, but you put them in a box, and you want to try and get those boxes as close as you can to 50 pounds. That's heavy, especially for a guy like me. I'm 72. I'm not exactly a spring chicken, but I'm not a weakling by any means. But it's the point. I don't want to do that anymore. Tell you what, guys, I do not want to. I've done my packing for as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to do it because, see, I was doing private label, and then I decided if I'm going to teach private label, then I need to learn some of these others, wholesale and retail arbitrage. And so I get me a scanner and I go out, and man, it was fun. I enjoyed going to the store and scanning all that. But I found out when I'd come back, I made a lot of mistakes because of the stuff I was getting, the information I was getting from the scanner wasn't exactly what it was supposed to do, especially in the grocery field. So, we got off of that. So why is yes, the manufacturer sends the product to Amazon. That's what I tell you. Yes, you're free to travel or do whatever you want. If you look at there's a couple in their Jeep, and they're out having a cup of coffee, and they're out in the by the water someplace or anything like that, and he's actually take a picture or check to send it in. But the neat thing about Amazon is they just deposit the money in your account. Now, I hope that doesn't make you mad. It's never made me mad. Matter of fact, I always kind of look forward to it. Mine always comes on a Thursday. Thursday's a great day. That's the day I get to spend time with you, and I get money from Amazon. What more could a person want? What can I tell you? So yes, why is private label selling different? Yes, the private label lifestyle can be yours. It's up to you, folks. You can do whatever you want. There's no problem. But you got to remember yourself. Are you going to build a business, or are you going to build a job? That's another one of those Google Hangouts you might want to check out and look about that, because there's so many. I'd be willing to say that probably 85–90% of the people on Amazon that are selling on Amazon are building a job and not a lifestyle. They're building a job, which they're not going to be able to sell. The job's going to go down with them unless they bring their kids in and teach them. They're not going to be able to sell it to anybody because they're the brains behind it. Nobody wants to buy a job. They want to buy income. Okay, so let's go right on. So visit privatelabelselling.com. Same as the link down there. That's my website. Like I say, it's got all the if you're interested in my course, the course information's on there. Plus, it's got all the last the Google Hangouts and that we had. So I'm going to stop this real quick, and then we get over here, and that way I can turn on the question and answer app, and it's going to come up right there. So there you ask your questions, and we've already got some questions up there. So if you excuse me just a minute, I'm going to take a little time out here and have a sip of water. So thank you. That tastes good. Thank you. So we're going to get over here to the questions. All right, I got the first one here. It says, it's Don Schaefer. What might be the average life of a private label product before competition comes on? Oh, Don, that's an unfair question. I don't know if I've never read any studies or anything like that. Uh, Man, I've had I've had the one product, my first product. There's a lot of products like it, but not like mine because mine's thicker, and there's a couple other things, and it's been pretty close to 3 years now, and nobody's ever come on. So, but man, with that being said, somebody could come on, within a month and copy use. But the thing of it is, always keep in mind, keep what you can do to make it better. So come out. So you always want to try and keep yours better, whatever it takes. If it takes more instructions, more add another. If you're selling, widgets, you want to blue widgets, and you might want to sell out. Put a miniature sample blue widget. Sample pink widget in your package or something, anything to give it perceived value and make yours better. That's what I'd say. I don't honestly know on that, but I'll tell you what, I will write that down and I'll kind of look on that. But I've never heard anybody say, and I've never, like I say, all the ones I've never had competition on mine. Maybe I'm lucky. I've heard on the forums that some people have. So I'm going to lifetime average. I'll have to see what I can find out because I honestly don't know. And I will PM it, or maybe next week I'll have it and we'll talk about it and that because like I say, I don't honestly know. I don't know if Amazon's got any figure. I don't think Amazon does, but all right, so let's go on. We're going to the next question here, and I will get back to you, Don, because that's a good question. How do you find a good photographer at a reasonable price? Are they available in another country for a lower cost? What is it? Chauffeur. Hey, Ken. Yes, that's a real good question. Yes, the two companies I was talking about, Odesk and Elance. What you want to do is you want to write up what you want done and be specific about it. Each one on the left is what they call post a job on it. You write up exactly how many pictures you want. If you're doing it for Amazon, you know that they have to be what the pixel count is and everything like that. It's got to be at least 500. Should be up around 1,000. You want that pixel count up there. You want those pictures to chop, be sharp. I mean, you want those pictures to stand out. So yes. Philippines, I've got there's a couple over there I've done it. But let me find a good photographer. You want somebody that, this is my own, you can get a photographer, but I get something that's good with graphic designs. I get a graphic designer because they can digitally reproduce and make your photograph better. And to me, that's what you want. I mean, even if it costs you another $5 a picture, I would go with that because it's going to be, because like I say, follow me now. When you're going through the Amazon looking for a product and you're scrolling through or everything like that, what's the first thing you look at? It's usually the picture. You want that picture to pop. You want that picture to stand out. You want that picture to be recognizable. And then, like I say, Amazon gives you 7 or 9 pictures, depends on the category you're in, like that. Use every one of those. Have that photographer take a picture of, if you got a label on the back that explains things, take a picture of that label, take a picture of the all 4 sides of the product. If there's anything hidden or anything like that, take a picture of it so it stands out there. So the customer sees everything. That's what those pictures are for, because what it does, that's the best. Customers are always thinking in their mind, well, is this right or that's right, or what's going on? Is this a cheap product or not? So use those pictures to show them that you've got a quality product and that product stands out, and you're not afraid to show them exactly what it's like. So show them the underneath side, show them the side view, top view, whatever you want. Show somebody use it. If it's something that's got a lot of parts, like a game or something like that, lay it all out on a cloth like that, a white cloth, so you got the background, and lay all the pieces out so they know exactly what they're getting. And let me say, but yes, from another country, I'd use uh, eDesk, eLance or Odesk. And there's another one, 99 Designs, I believe, or something like that. Now, I've never used 99 Designs, but I've heard a lot about it. So there's another one you can use. And that's what you want. You want to me, spend a little extra money on those pictures, because those pictures are so important. Like I say, it's the first thing when you go through a listing and you see 5 or 6 listings, you're going to look at the picture before you even read the things. A lot of times, if you see a good quick picture, you're going to click on the picture. You're not going to worry too much about what the words say, because you can see everything. And believe me, that's money well spent is on your photographers. But yes, you can go to Elance or Odesk or 99 or 95, whatever it is, 99 in any way, and get somebody from another country that will do it real well. I use I've got one in the Philippines I use, and I've got one in I've got another one in Pakistan too. My label person goes in Pakistan, and I've got a graphic designer in Pakistan. And then I did use a person in England who does an excellent job, but he's a little bit more expensive. But if I got something I really want, that I want to really make it stand out in that, and there's a lot of competition, I would probably use the one in England, because he understands me a little bit better. I don't know, but at this thing. So I hope that answers your question. Yes, spend some money, get a good picture made. And like I say, I wouldn't use a photographer. I'd use something that who could digitally reproduce it, make it digitally better. And you want your product looking sharp. You want it looking good. You want it to stand out. So when customers go on that page or look at that page, they see that picture, and it just pops out. It pops out to them. So what can I tell you? Hope that answers your question. We'll pull up another one here. Hold on here. How did you find a freight forwarder, and how does all that work for sea freight from China? Wow. Okay. Okay. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. That's the reason I'm not trying to stall or anything like that. The best way is, there's a company called I've mentioned, I don't know how many times on this thing right here. Samuel. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to look over here. Just give me 1 second. Oh, that's right. Samuel Shapiro. I'm sorry. And now, Samuel Shapiro, let me explain this, is the only one, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think Amazon has authorized anybody yet. Samuel Shapiro is the only one authorized to send goods into Amazon from overseas. So you have to go work with them, and they're a good outfit, and their prices are no higher. They're just a little bit more rigmarole that you have to go through, because what they actually do is you call them, they give you a price and everything like that. Then they actually send somebody out to the factory in China to inspect the pallets and inspect the goods before they're put on the ship. And all this is done, and you pay for it, and then they act as the forwarder. And when it comes in, it comes into whatever port it comes in, and then they send it right to Amazon, and you don't have to do anything. That's Samuel S. Shapiro. Hold up here a minute. I can even give you a phone number, I think, right here. Boy, this is. Well, I've got a number there. I'm not quite sure if that's where they want you to go or not. Hold on a minute. You're going to have to, when you do that, I'm going to tell you that right now up front, you're going to have to post a $500 bond. It's Samuel Shapiro and Company page. Welcome to this. It's Charles Street, Baltimore, Maryland. It's www.shapiro.com. I'm gonna see if they got a phone number here. That's the. Oh yes, here it is, right here. I'm sorry. It's 410-539-0540. That's Samuel Shapiro. And like I say, as far as I know, and I don't think I need to check into that, but I'm almost positive they're the only ones, like I say, that's authorized to bring stuff in right directly to Amazon. Now, with that being said, there's other ways you can do it, and I have done this before. Before I knew about Samuel Shapiro, I'll be honest with you, it's about 2-3 years ago. I had some cutting boards made over in China, and I was going through and didn't know about Shapiro, and it was dumb, and I would just thought, well, I figure it out as I go. So I contracted, and Shirley Lynn, the person over there, told me, she says, well, we can have our forwarder forward it to the United States. You have your forwarder pick it up at the port in, what port, I believe it was San Francisco, or I think it was. The port doesn't make any difference. Wherever it was, and then my forwarder brought it, and then we brought it to Miami, which I live down in South Florida. So I live right outside of West Palm Beach, if you're familiar with that. And so that's what we did. So what we did was they actually we loaded it on the ship over in China, and then I don't know if you're familiar with this, but they do with the bill of lading. After the ship is at sea for 2 days, then they send you an invoice and you pay it. Once that invoice was paid, it was turned over to the forwarder. The forwarder took it, they babysit or whatever they did. They take it and they brought it into the harbor over in the United States. Like I say, I believe it was. It doesn't make any difference. It was one on the west coast of Florida. I mean, the west coast of the United States in California, and so they brought it there, and the forwarder, my forwarder from Miami, met it there, arranged for it. My forwarder paid the Chinese forwarder. My forwarder brought it through customs. They put it on another ship, which sailed around, and they brought it to Miami Beach. There at Miami Beach, my forwarder put labels on it. I sent them the labels for Amazon. They put the labels on it, and they sent it to Amazon. Now, that's a little bit complicated, but that's another way you can do it. Like I say, and brought it through and paid for everything, and the prices were fine. I don't know. Hope that answers your question. But those are two different ways you do it. But like I say, Samuel Shapiro, if you're going to be doing a lot, I would definitely go through Samuel Shapiro. Their prices are good. It's definitely the right way, and they send it right to Amazon. Like I say, they actually go to the factory over in China and inspect those pallets. They have people all over China and the Far East and all that, whether it be Hong Kong or not. Well, Hong Kong, and they've also got it in Vietnam, places like that. They have agents, and they actually go that are familiar with the Amazon process, because when you send it to Amazon, you not only have to have the product has to be labeled if it's labeled, the boxes have to be labeled, the pallets have to be labeled, all according to what Amazon wants, and they can't have and it can't be in Amazon's name. It's got to be in your name, and then it's sent to Amazon. So hope that answers your question. It was kind of a little wordy, but let's make sure. How did you find a freight forwarder, and how does all that work for sea freight from China? Well, I hope that explains that to you. Like I say, either way will work. You can do it, but the neat thing is, send that sucker to Amazon. You don't want to be labeling. You don't want to do. If you're worried about your product, have your supplier air freight 1 or 2 samples over here on the boxes and everything. Make sure it's okay, and then give them the okay to send the rest of it. But send it to Amazon. Don't make it. You don't want your. I'm thinking about my wife about had a fit, because when the first time we got, I believe it was 8 pallets came in that side of the garage. My wife was not a happy camper. That's all I'm going to say. My wife was not a happy camper. So Do what you got. But that's to say, I hope I answered that, and not trying to be really funny here. But okay, so we're done there. We've got time for what do we got? We've got actually time for quite a few more questions if somebody's got them. If not, why? What can I tell you? I'm going to have another sip of water here, but I'm thinking about my wife. I'm sorry. I love her. She is one really neat a lady, but she puts up a lot when she puts up with me because I'm not your typical. I don't know what I am, but anyway, I just have a good time and I enjoy life, and I love answering questions like this and helping you guys out. So awesome answer. Thanks. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So we'll get that. All right. So if I can answer any more questions, go ahead. If not, we'll wait just a few minutes here, and we'll sign off if not. So. Let's see, come to think of it, like I say, I posted almost, I think, as far I've got all the Google Hangouts I did from when we started till last week's already on there, and this week will be on. It probably won't get on tonight. Last week I did it last night, but this week I've got some other stuff. You got to change not the title, but the description and all that, because once it's done, the description is different. So I will post it on that website, privatelabelselling.com. I will post it on there probably tomorrow morning, probably around 10 o'clock or so. So I'm I don't know if you know it. I'm retired. My wife, she wants me to go back. I don't know. Anyway, but anyway, and so I've got this thing. I get up in the morning and I fix my breakfast and I have a good time, and then I take my dog for a walk. We go for a walk. We just go. We live around a pond, so we go around the pond and we say hi to everybody. We see everybody, and we have a great time. So what can I tell you? And then we come back and I watch a little news, and then I go to work about 9. So it'll probably be about 10 o'clock. So what can I tell you? We just have a good time. So I see we have got some more questions. Okay, here's one right here. Let's get it up here. How do you send the sample products to the photographer? How many samples would the photographer need? How expensive is the shipping to the Philippines? I'll be honest with you. I have never sent the sample products to the photographer. I have always taken pictures myself, because they're going to take them off the background and everything else. And then, like I say, if you use somebody that digitally enhances and everything like that, all they need is the basic product, the basic picture, and then they'll go from that. So I don't send them samples. I just like I say, if it was a game, I would lay the game out in a piece of it was a game, I'd take the pictures of the front, back, and sides. If you got a sides of the box, then I would take the pictures of the people out with the box in the back, like say, facing it, and then in front of it lay out all the pieces that's in the game or something like that. Take a picture of that, and then send those pictures to the graphic artists and that, because they're just going to they're going to retouch them. They're going to make them whatever you want. So I hope that answers your question. I've never sent a product over there, because I've just always taken some basic pictures like that, send them over, and they've done all the reproducing. I sent pictures of my label to them, and they've used it on the product, everything. But I've never sent samples. So you should be able to work around that, Ken. I don't think it's really that much of a problem. Just you can use your cell phone, take some pictures, and then send those over, and they will digitally reproduce them, and they will also enhance them and everything. So you have some good-looking, sharp, popping pictures. That's what you want. So hope that answers your question. I think we got another question down here, and now this one here. Come on, guys, what's your monthly revenue? That's about the same thing as asking a lady how much she weighs. Guys, what difference does it make how much money I make? I tell you, I could be making $100,000 a month. I could be making $10,000 a month. I mean, 10,000. Okay, or I could be making $10 a month. What difference does it make? It has nothing to do with what I'm doing or what I'm talking about. Strictly because it all depends on what your profit margin is, your return on investment, exactly what you've got, how much you've got tied up in inventory, and everything else. So no, I'm not going to get into that now. I know some people out there do, and that's fine. That's fine. I have no qualms with that, but I'm not going to. For one thing, I think it's a disservice to the people that follow me and taking my course, because I don't want to hold myself up as somebody that is doing all this and that, and you got to try. I'm willing to work with you. I don't care if you got one product or you got 100 products. I'm willing to work with you, and I'll help you go wherever you want to go. Not everybody wants to be a superstar. And a lot of people that are retired, like I am, they just want enough to cover their money. I mean, not money, but to give them some extra 2,000-3,000 a month, which is fine. And there's also the ones that want to make 20,000-30,000 a month. I have no problem with either. Like I say, I'm willing to work with it. So I hope that answers you, Mark. Your question, I thank you for answering it, but I'm not going to answer it, and I won't, because I'm not going to hold myself up and want everybody to think that they got to do what I do to be successful, because like I say, not everybody thinks like me, not everybody's profit margins like me. I try to teach you to get the best profit margin, but sometimes it don't work out like that, and sometimes things happen. Like I think I've explained to you, I got caught in the with the long range storage fees. Google was going to send me a bill for $1,500, and I said, no, send them back to me. So they sent them back to me, and I sent them back to Amazon, but and that all hurts the bottom line. So what can I tell you? Hope that answers your question. I appreciate you, man, but I'm not going to get into that. So let's go with that. And we've got another one here. Do you have products displayed with a live model holding them? No, but that being said, I don't know if you noticed, Amazon has started to allow video demonstrations for your product. Now, let me start here from the beginning. When you're in your picture, your primary picture, your first picture, has to be zoomable, and it has to be nothing but the product. You can't have a model in there. You can't have anything else. You shouldn't have it spread out. It should be just the product, and it should be 1,000 pixels. It should be zoomable. So that being said, the other 8 or 6 or 8 pictures you've got, you can do what you want. And I would tell you something right now, Ken. Women sell. I don't know how else to say it. And I don't want to be sexist or anything like that. But if you've got a good looking, if somebody that that standing next to yours to do it, use it if that's what you want, because it's not right. Women sell. If you look on the statistics, they put it. Different products in that they tried it. They put the live product right there, and then they put a product with a good-looking woman standing beside it. The good-looking woman's going to get the clicks more than the other one, and it's just a fact of life. So yeah, I would definitely, if you got a live model, you want to have them holding that. I wouldn't use all that, but I would definitely use a live model holding some. I think nothing wrong with that. I think that's a good business. I wish it wasn't so, but it is. And so what can I tell you? I think you've got to use your own common sense. Now, I wouldn't have a model holding a cigar, or something like that, but like an appliance or something like that. Like I say, Amazon is starting to allow the videos, so consider a video if you're going to do that. Have a model demonstrating your product. I think that's a great idea, and it's not that hard to do. You can do if you got an iPad, you can do videos with iPads. You can do videos real simple. You can do a hangout like we're doing right here, and put that on the product. So whatever you want. There's a lot of different ways you do it, but I think that's a great idea, Ken. I think go for it, man. What can I tell you? I think you're on a roll. I think you're doing good. That's a good question. So, all right. Well, like usual, we got no questions up there, so time for me to get a drink of water. That tastes good. That tastes good. All right, folks, we got some time left, and we got some questions out there. Oh, by the way, that one guy that asked a question, Donald Schaefer, we want to congratulate him. He's got a product into Amazon, and I think it's live by now. Don, you might want to let me know. I'm not quite sure if you and if you want to put a link up there to your product, why, go right ahead, man. Go for it. Maybe here we'll want to take a look at it and see what kind of product you want or not. But I just want to congratulate you for getting your product in there, for taking action. Man, that's what it's all about, and that's what this is about. You know, I'm going to tell you, folks, I don't have all the answers. I'm going to make a mistake, same as you're going to make a mistake. But the quickest way to get things get exactly what you want is to ask for it and just to do it. Get that product picked out. Do your due diligence, get that product picked out, get yourself a supplier, get that product ordered, and get that product into Amazon. It's the only way you're going to know. And that's what you want to do. And so, Donald Schaefer, congratulations, man. You're a winner in my book. So just want you to know that right now. And I really appreciate you, man. So, like I see we don't have any more questions here. I'll wait just a couple more minutes. If not, I think I offered last week to, I don't know if I did do a cartwheel or not. I don't think I'll do a cartwheel. You know, besides my stand up, as you know, I got my jammies on. It's late down here in South Florida, guys. I'm Eastern time. It's almost 9 o'clock. So I once I take my bath and get all prettied up and everything like that. Oh, what? Never mind. You don't want to hear that. So anyway, what can I tell you? Wait, I see nobody's got any questions. So I just want to say that we're going to sign off right here. If you head over to the website, privatelabelselling.com, all the old hangouts are right all there listed there. There's information on the course. Almost everything you could actually want about private label is theirs. And I'm sorry for the last. Oh, no problem, Mark. I appreciate it. That's what I'm here for, and I enjoy doing this, believe me. Sorry for the last question. Do you believe in building brands or just selling random products? Oh, Mark, I'm glad you answered that. I believe in selling brands. Why? Because you're going to build rapport with your customers. You're going to establish a brand that people are going to recognize. Now, a lot of people coming on the first time, they won't recognize it, but once they buy your product, they're going to recognize it. They're going to remember that brand. And besides, you can come out with similar products. I've got under one brand, I've got cutting boards. I've got cutting board oil. I have got what I call a cutting board complete, which is a package with the cutting board, with the oil, with the polishing cloth. It's a complete kit, and what can I tell you? Yeah, and it's all branded under the same brand. Under the another of my brands, I've got billiards equipment. It's all there, and yeah, brands. I'm a firm believer in brands. I'm a firm believer in doing your due diligence and making those products good. Whatever you can make a product better or something like that, put your brand on it. Yes. So what can I tell you? Yes, I'm all for brands. Okay. And I say, well, no, this next one here is, do you believe in building brands or just random products? And I'm going to tell you why. Well, we got a few minutes here. Let me explain why. Because if you just go on random products, I know it's private label, but you're going to have to be changing labels. You're going to have to be building new labels. You're going to have to be doing new products and everything like that. Is that what you want to do? To me, the private label lifestyle is, see, that's the thing about private label, is once you get all your labels made and all that made and everything else, you don't have to even touch the product. The product's going to go from the supplier right to Amazon, Amazon to the customer. Amazon sends you that payment every 2 weeks. You don't have to set it. All you have to do is you can even set up in Amazon to let you know when your product is down to a certain level. They'll send you a notice. You send your order into the manufacturer, and the product is sent right to Amazon. That's basically all it's about. But with that brand, that gives you the lifestyle. If you're doing something different every month, you're creating labels, you're creating all this and creating it, it's going to get tiresome. It's going to get boring. And it's going to become work. Relax. Man, there's nothing. If you want to come out with a new product every month or a couple of them, that's fine. But you want those products to last and last and last. Now, that being said, if a product starts losing money and you've done everything you could and you can't get it up to the point where you want and it's a failure, like one product I talked about a couple of weeks ago, I'm cutting out because I've done everything I can and it's just not getting up and doing it for me. What can I tell you? So no, don't hang on to a loser. Get rid of it. Cut your ties and go on with something else. And hope that answers your question. That's me. But yeah, I'm not for selling random products. That's like doing retail arbitrage, and no. And there's no way you're going to be able to keep track of all that and all that. I don't care what kind of spreadsheet you work, because and let me tell you something else too. If you're doing random products, you're going to come into products. You're going to compromise yourself. And why do I say that? Because when I was outsourcing and everything like that, I'd pick up this product and I'd source it. Oh yeah, and I could make good money in that. So I clear the shelf, send it into Amazon, and particularly a lot of times it was products that I personally probably would not have bought, but I knew customers didn't send, so I sent them in, and that's fine. But if I'm doing private label, I want to be sending product in that I'm proud of, that I can promote, that I can feel good about promoting, that's going to be good for the customer, and I can recommend it. And that's where I'm at on that. And if that offends anybody, I'm sorry, but that's me. I don't think we just scatter and shoot, and send all kind of products in. That's retail arbitrage. And if you want to do that, fine. But me, I want to enjoy the private label lifestyle. I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to be able to enjoy life. Go take my iPad and go to the park. We got a regional park down here that is really neat. And every night they got baseball going on and stuff like that. And I just like to go watching it. So what can I tell you? I don't know what that's got to do with what I'm talking about, but I got off again. So anyway, Mark, I hope that answered your question. I would much prefer to do private label products I'm going to be sending in for the next years. So, and here's the last one. This not last one. If somebody's got one, I'll still answer. We got time. Ken says thank you, and Ken, I thank you for coming out to and be part of it. You guys make the program because you ask the questions and I get to answer them, and that's how we all learn. Because I can sit here and I think, oh gosh, what do people want to know? And sometimes I think, I don't know. I come up with that. But when you ask the questions and you put the questions up there, that's what it's all about. And what can I tell you? So with that being said, I guess we don't have any more questions up there. I'm going to sign off. Donald Schaefer, I'm going to find out about that lifetime average. Like I say, I've never heard anybody mention that. So not quite sure. I will see what I can find out. And I'll get back to you on that. So with that being said, I thank everybody for showing up tonight. I had a good time. I hope you did. And like I say, if the rerun will be up on the well, actually, the rerun. You can get it on the video site. Where am I saying? You can get it within probably about a half an hour. It'll be rendered and be up there, but it'll be actually on my site probably tomorrow morning about 10. I have to make some changes and all that, but we'll get it up. So with that being said, what can I tell you? I just really appreciate you guys. Had a good time, and we shall see you